Hey guys, I am back and I've got another fun toy from Thrunite. So a little while back we looked at a really cool flashlight from Thrunite. It performed pretty well compared to a lot of the brands that we've looked at before. They asked if I wanted to take a look at a headlamp and I said sure, why not? So they asked cool white or natural white and I said I don't know, surprise me. So it looks like we've got the natural white bulb. I haven't really used headlamps that much, and as my eyes get worse because I become more and more of an old jerk, I find that when I'm painting my models and doing fine detail work, that headlamp with that extra light helps immensely. So I've been using a few different ones. So I'm excited to see how this one works, and if it works differently than some of the other ones that I've been using. Cool. So let's see. So we've got the standard do not eat. I guess here we go is the headlamp itself. Interesting, one of these types. To me, for some reason, this has the look of old Soviet equipment, when it has like the battery tube and then the light, and not just like a block in the middle. I don't know, it's weird. But it looks like we've got Thrunite's usual, very thorough, cool assortment of spare parts. We've got thank you card. We've got instructions. I like the box. It's a good all-purpose box for storing the light and other stuff later on. Looks like we've got a... Oh, so you can unmount this. Okay, so we've got some O-rings, and it looks like the recharging port cover. Looks like a pocket clip so that you can, I'm assuming, take this off of the head mount and carry it around in your pocket. Oh, wow. This is rigged up for a dude with a big head. Let's see. But it is just basically a simple head mount, and again, extra head mount. I think I already said that once. So let's... How hard is this to take out? Not very hard at all. Okay. Just kind of slide that out of the rubber holder there. Put that off to the side. And there we have marked again, Thrunite TH30. Pretty lightweight. I'm wondering if this is magnetic at all. Probably not. Just use a little kitchen knife. It's made of steel. No, okay, I was just curious. I don't know why I thought it might be. But other markings there on the top. You've got your external recharging port, so you don't have to take the battery out to recharge this if you don't want to, and it looks like it shuts watertight. I'm not sure what modes it has, but it looks like a single button for all. This is where our battery goes. And here's our battery. 18650, 3100 milliamp hour battery. I don't know if this counts as a button nipple top or a flat top, because it's not totally flat, but it's not quite raised. But we'll just go with it for now. According to the instructions, we have a total of 7 modes, all the way from 3,350 lumens at turbo, then down to 1,275 at high, 352 lumens at medium. That's quite a cut down right there. 130 lumens at medium low, 25 lumens at low, half a lumen at Firefly, and then up to 645 lumens at SOS. And of course, you know, there's different run times for each one. It also has a color indicator for the battery, so when we turn this on, from 100% to 21% battery life, it should give us blue, 11 to 20 red, 1 to 10 flashing red, and then at 0%, you know, nothing, because it's got nothing. So let's just turn this on, and look at that, you can see the LED right through the button over there. I have no idea what mode we're on right now. Whoa. So, a little curious on how to do that. I guess you gotta press it pretty fast. Interesting. So, anyway, to start off with, to get to your Firefly mode, and that is your half lumen mode, it says you have to long press it. So I'm going to dim the lights in here a little bit. Okay, let's long press. And you probably can't even see that, can you? That's your Firefly. Now you'll see it better outside, I guess, but that's half a lumen. And then one click to turn it back off. Double click gets us to turbo. Whoa, geez, oh my god, and that's your 3,000 something lumens. And that is pretty bright. Can't wait to see that outside. Now, to just turn it on, I'm not sure what mode that is. But it says keep pressing the side switch to cycle through. So you just hold it down. A little mistranslation. You hold it down to go through everything. So here's SOS. There's your low, 25 lumens. Low, medium. Low. Low, medium, medium, high, and then back to SOS. And then you let go. Oh, the battery's already red, so we need to charge this up before we go outside. Not a problem. That's fine. And then it has a memory mode, so we turn it off, it should come back to high power. And it remembers the last mode you used. I like that battery indicator, though, because that's... Oh, well, that's pretty bright. Let's turn that back. You know what? Let's turn that back to Firefly. Oh, it's in Firefly. It's so light, it's on. And in Firefly mode, I guess that also is the illumination of the battery indicator, because I can't even see it there. So let's get... Now it's blue again. I guess it all has to do with what power you're in. I don't know. Battery probably does need to be charged, because now it's blue again. So that's kind of weird. But we'll charge it up before we go outside. But pretty easy to use. Again, you know, the last Thrunite, little complicated process just to get used to using the controls, but once you figured them out, it was a piece of cake. So you just gotta kind of hold it for a long pause to change the mode, and it cycles through them, and then once you get the one you want, you just have the memory and it comes back on right on that mode. Except for turbo and Firefly, you've got to double click to get to turbo, and you've got a long pause hold to get to Firefly. Cool. So 2 positions to snap the clip in, and I'm not going to do it right now, but snap the clip in either way you want, depending on how you want to carry this. If you want to carry it around rather than putting it on the headband here. I'm going to put it on the headband, and I'm going to wear it when I'm outside, so I can tell you about how it feels, you know, on your head and stuff. In the meantime, I'm going to plug this in and charge the battery up quite a bit before we go out and do this testing in the dark. So, but like I said, weight is good. Kind of a convenient shape, just to carry around and use like the old military crook angle flashlight, and pretty convenient to have your finger there on the button for all the changes you need to make when you do that. So, and you can just lay it right down and use it as a light if you're working on stuff. I like it. So I'm gonna get this charged up a little bit. We're gonna go outside and see how it looks in the actual darkness with our usual tests. We're gonna charge up some glow-in-the-dark material. We're gonna put our reflective 550 cord on the fence, and you know, see how those react to the light, and we'll see, you know, how wide the field of regard is, how well it lights everything up, and you know, come back inside after that for final thoughts. Alright, so there's lots of nighttime creatures out here. So let me give a real quick explanation for those of you who don't know my standard kind of flashlight test. I've got the camera zoomed in a bit towards the end of the yard over there. I've got some reflective 550 cord hanging up on the fence post. I've also got a piece of glow-in-the-dark material with me over here. So what we're going to do, I know you can't see anything right now, it's dark. We're going to use the brightest mode on the light. We're going to charge up that glow-in-the-dark material. We're going to see how well the light charges the material, and then we're going to see how that fades throughout the duration of the test. We're also going to look at how well the light reflects off that 550 cord, how much light it throws down there. We're going to see how well the different light modes light up the yard, how well we can see for each one, you know, and how wide the field of regard, or how wide the actual, you know, light beam is, and how effective it is at lighting up different areas. We'll also talk about how easy the controls are as we go. So to start with, I'm going to do the long 1 second to get us into that very lowest level. And I don't even think you can tell that I'm using it. So this is, I think, either half a lumen or 1 lumen. Don't really remember. Can't even really see the reflective 550 cord. There's my hand. I just realized I totally forgot to do the P cord. So I think double click gets us to our very brightest mode. We'll just put it right up on there. 10 seconds. Okay. And that is a pretty bright glow. So we'll leave that for the duration of the test. So like I said, we'll hold. Oh, it's on. I didn't even know it turned on. So yeah, you can't really see much. There's my hand in front of the camera. You can't see much else in front of the camera at all. I'm going to pan the camera down a bit, just so you can even see the grass right in front of the camera. I don't think you can. Again, there's my hand, and it almost fades right out as we get down on the grass level. So back on our Firefly mode, I'm going to slowly cycle through the modes. I'm going to hold the light right next to the camera so you can see. There's that reflective 550 cord. Now the whole cord's not reflective, it's just got reflective elements woven into it. Step up. Very nice. I mean, really bright field of view. As we go through the modes. Okay. Almost like daylight. Now, if you stop in the cycle, it wants to bring you right back to the end. And there is our SOS. There is our brightest turbo mode. Wow, that's pretty bright. So just to wrap up again, our different modes, right? We've got low, medium low, medium, high, turbo, Firefly. No, and I transitioned again, sorry. Firefly, which you can't even see. And then SOS. So this doesn't have an actual strobe mode. So those are the 7 modes that this gives us to work with. Pretty versatile light though. Our glow-in-the-dark from the 3000 plus lumen turbo light is still glowing very, very brightly. Now, in terms of ease of use as a headlamp, well, I had my doubts at first. I wasn't sure how easy the button was going to be in terms of accessibility while it's on your head, but the truth is it's really not as hard as I thought it was going to be. Initially, the balance is a little bit off because you have a little bit more weight to one side or the other, depending on what side you put it on, just by the way it sits in the mount there. But it's not bad at all, and it's not really that awkward when you get it situated right with the right tension on the head strap. So we can talk about that, though, back inside. You know, summing this whole thing up, I think it's a pretty good light. I mean, it's got very bright modes. I mean, super bright mode. That turbo, holy cow, was that bright. Once you get used to it being a little, and you know, honestly, the only big detracting thing I can say about it is that it is a little unbalanced. It is just a little bit heavy towards the left or the right, depending on which side you put the actual light, lens, bulb, when you're wearing it on your head. But the harness is very comfortable. It really is very comfortable. More comfortable than some of the more expensive headlamps that I've tried on, that I've worn. I love the features on here. I think that one centralized button right in the middle is a little easier to operate if you're not used to the button on the side. But once you get used to the button on the side, it's really not that big a deal. So 7 modes, lots of different options, super bright light, all the way down to you barely notice it's on, Firefly mode. I'd like to thank Thrunite again for providing the sample. This guy may be in the giveaway, may not be. I may take it to the shop and do some stuff to it. I may not. I don't know. But now it's your turn, guys. What do you think of this? Do you like this style? I like the fact that you can take this out of the harness and just use it as a regular flashlight, which I don't think you could do if it was, the regular, just sort of square mounted on their headlamp. But do you like this style of lamp? Or do you prefer the what I consider more traditional headlamp style where you just have your one fixed block in the middle? I think this one's pretty good. One thing I will say that you want to watch out for when you're rotating the light around to try to get it centered, and this happened to me once or twice, I ended up unscrewing this because, it rotates freely one direction, but when you try to move it the other direction, sometimes it sticks, and I ended up unscrewing that. Now that it's kind of broken in a little bit, it moves a little bit more freely, but just something to be careful of. So overall, though, good light. And again, Thrunite gives you all the spare parts and everything that you could need. I really like that aspect about them. And take it off and use it as a regular flashlight. You got the clip, you could clip it on something. I think I said this in the beginning, but it reminds me of the old military flashlight I was used to, the old 90-degree flashlight, but in like 1/3 the size and probably 10 times as bright. That's what I got for you today, guys. Anxious to hear your thoughts. There'll be a link to this flashlight and Thrunite in the video description, along with all my standard links, Patreon. There'll be a link to this flashlight and Thrunite in the video description, along with all my usual links, email addresses, Facebook, my Patreon, all that other stuff. So you can check it out. Got more cool stuff coming for you real soon, I promise. And in the meantime, you are all absolutely awesome. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll be back again real soon.